Boop, boop. Okay.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Pumpkin Hill.
Okay.
Now, okay. Refresh YouTube so that I can get the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Why you gotta be dumb? Oh, it's not even like registering. I'll wait like a moment.
Gotcha, gotcha.
Oh wait, I found it.
Fine.
We'll
Mm-hmm.
change the name and picture later. But
Mm-hmm.
I gotta post it
Yeah.
on the thing. But
Bear, bear with us, audience. We're still trying to get our stuff straight.
yeah, sorry.
Hey, we got one person in the chat. Comic Con podcast.
Hey, Comic
Yo.
Con, what's up?
Hey. Mm-hmm. Hope you're a fan
You
of
have
Dragon Prince.
notifications on.
Cheers, man.
Yeah.
Hope you're a fan of Dragon Prince, because that's all we're going to talk about today.
That's the whole point of the thing. I'll
Yay.
post the art live for the live stream later.
Yep, yep. Just tell me when you're ready to go, Witch.
Yeah, just give me a quick moment. Okay. I mean, we can start right now. I'm just
Okay,
posting it on the Instagram story right now.
gotcha. All right. Well, let me introduce ourselves. Welcome to Comic Fanatic 2.0 as we talk about Dragon Prince Season 5, Book Ocean. You're here with me.
Woo!
Yay, you're here with me, Cryptid Seeker 415. I'm running out of intros.
I'm Richter, also known as the Witch of Jotunheim, pronouns they, he, and they need to bring back Runan or else I'm a riot.
Yep. Alrighty, so yeah, let's start us off. Which you start us off with your premise. What did you think of this season?
I liked it. Obviously it was more of like a build up to it more than anything, like this is like the build
Hmm.
up one.
Yeah,
But I liked it. There was a lot of great character moments. Not only on like the hero side, but also on the
yeah,
villain side as well. Because spoiler alert, are we just only talking? We can talk about spoilers, right?
yes, yep.
Okay, cool. Basically, spoiler alert. Claudia's dad. Why I don't know why I'm blanking on his name. I know his name, but I'm
Viren,
blanking on it.
Viren.
Yeah, Lord Viren. He's on the verge of dying again because in the last book he was resurrected by Claudia, using dark magic, and that month is almost over, and Claudia's
Yeah.
getting very nervous right now because she's like she
Hmm.
wants to save her dad, which I get, but Claudia, you're not doing it in the right way. So
Oh
basically,
yeah,
it's
but
two separate parties trying to get to
oh,
Erebos.
which before you continue on, let me give my opening statement on
Oh
this
yeah,
season.
sorry.
Okay. For me, yeah, I'm much in agreement with you too. Which I like this season, but I want to love this season. That's where I'm a little conflicted because I do agree this is another stepping stone for a larger plot down the line. But I think a lot of fans, ever since this show came back after last season, everybody's just waiting to love this series. Instead, it feels more like yeah, it's a nice season. You know.
Yeah, what I
Um,
like about it is that it didn't get canceled like other shows like Owl
oh
House
yeah,
and Amphibia, which I have not seen those shows personally, but a lot of people are upset that those shows got canceled. But hey, Dragon Prince is still going on strong, season
yep.
5, baby.
And it's confirmed we have at least two more seasons after this.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Mhm.
looking forward to that. So you could tell they're taking their time with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I like.
Mm-hmm. Same, more Dragon Prince contact, which I like, I'm not gonna complain about that. Alrighty then. So how should we start this off for this season? Which
I mean, probably the beginning, but honestly, I don't really care where we start.
okay,
There's so
okay.
much going on in one aspect, in like one
I
season.
I know, right? Okay, so let's start off with let's see, Callum's journey in this. I feel so bad for this dude by the end because I'm worried that he's actually going to start getting white hair. And for the audience,
Um,
when a mage has white hair, that is a sign of their like introduction to being a dark mage. You know?
yeah. It doesn't happen automatically at first, but it does over time, like it did for Viren and Claudia.
Yeah. Like in Claudia's case, the reason half her hair is now white is because she had to perform a really intense dark spell, which was to resurrect her dad for only for a month. And you can honestly tell that she had to kill people. Like
Oh, most
there's
likely.
there's no question, there's no doubt in my mind, you know. Um, Pretty brutal.
You're telling
um,
me.
mhm. So I gotta say, like this season in particular, it upped the ante on certain aspects, both like let's say in a lot of romance in a lot of the couples in here, but at the same time, it upped the ante in a lot of the violence too.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, especially
Oh,
at the end of the season.
yeah,
Woo!
there's everything from fatalities to full on torture scenes going on in this
And
season.
also
You know.
cutting off limbs. That was great.
Oh yeah, no one expected that to happen.
No, but can
Um,
we also talk about how Soren was a MVP in this season?
Oh yeah. You see, I was always conflicted with Soren when we got back to this to Dragon Prince because I liked the first three books of him where he felt like more like a character as opposed to just comic relief. And this season, I feel like overall, like 80% of the season, he was a comic relief up until like that finale, where he proved to be an MVP by the end.
Yeah, that's the great thing I like about Soren is that he could be the comic relief, but he knows when to get serious when he
Mm-hmm.
needs to be. And I think I
Yep.
really like that about his character. It
I
gives
just
that I can't really think of it at the moment, but it's given that hopefulness, I guess you can say.
Yep.
It gives
It
like
doesn't.
life to the team rather than just everyone has to be a hive mind, you know?
Yep. It does. It doesn't forget that Soren has been through stuff. He knows what
Mm-hmm.
it's like being used and abused by a higher figure. Well, in his case, it was his father, and he used that to relate to all the other to the crew of Finnegrin. And
Yeah.
that ultimately saved the day. Oh, speaking of Finnegrin, you want to talk about him?
He's a very interesting person, isn't he?
Yes, I actually like this character, but mainly because I, I'm a One Piece fan, and I can see Finnegrin as a pirate in One Piece. Like
Mm-hmm.
wow, just the way he presents himself, like as he's basically the king of the pirates.
In a way, but not like Luffy.
Yeah, but he wants to be king of the pirates. That's his dream, which is ironic because Luffy's whole reasoning for being king of the pirates is because he wants the ultimate freedom, and that's ironically what Finnegrin wants. He wants the ultimate freedom, but he can't have that because the seas are mainly ruled by the water dragons.
Yeah, you can't be free unless the ocean doesn't make you your bitch. But the ocean makes everyone
Yeah.
bitch.
Yeah, I mean, heck, he even went as far as to even challenge the water dragon too, because he formerly had a ship, Shelly. Uh, for the audience clarification, he has a giant ship, but inside it's actually a giant crab, which I thought that was epic as heck, man.
I
Like,
know, right?
that's what ups his ante a bit. But
It was
he
very creative. It was a very creative ship design, and you don't see that a lot.
Exactly. So, he really thought he could challenge the water dragon, but unfortunately, the water dragon ended up crushing his first ship. And the one we have right now is actually the giant crab's little brother, who eventually grew up into being the next ship.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was
Uh,
really that whole like plot line was pretty good as well.
yeah, man. He was a guy of experience. Like he had depths. You could see why he wants a war to be started between him and that a water dragon.
Yeah.
Um, just those.
Also, I'm glad that we also got to see some familiar faces from past seasons as well in this episode in this season.
Oh, you knew that in the season title, The Ocean, that we had to have the captain back. the sea
Oh yeah,
captain.
I wasn't expecting to see Nyx again, but you know what? I'm
Yeah,
actually kind of glad.
yeah,
He's
that was
doing Nyx things.
yeah, that was an unlikely duo, honestly.
I know. I love their banter about who owns the ship.
Yeah, but in all fairness, I mean, the sea captain, dude, you're blind. Why would you be gambling in anything? Like,
For real, it's so funny. He's hilarious.
yeah,
He's probably one of my favorite characters.
I know. Like towards the end, where everybody got captured, right? And Finnegan is like threatening to cut off all their one hand from each one of the his prisoners.
He
You
was like,
know,
"That's cool. I think hooks are cool, anyways."
yeah, hooks aren't seasoned this year. This year.
Like Jesus
Oh,
Christ, dude. He's so funny.
oh, we get a comment from Comic
Comic
Con.
Con.
Would
Yeah,
would love to
hit
have
me
you
up.
guys. Would love to have you guys on the podcast soon. Had a blast with Witch a few weeks back. Yeah,
Yeah,
we would love to have a collaboration like that.
I'll
Definitely.
definitely keep you guys updated. Just hit me
Hmm.
up about that, and I can see what I could do. Because I tend to be more free than Cryptid.
Yeah, because I have a life and a job.
Hey, I also have a life and a job.
All right. But anyway, so let's see. Back to the topic. We were talking about Finnegan, I
Yeah,
believe.
Finnegan, the captain, and Nyx.
Yep. Oh, Nyx, it was a pleasant delight. But I kind of wish we would have her for more than or two episodes.
Yeah, but you got to remember who Nyx is as a character. I wasn't expecting to see her long term.
Yeah. But she has just such a cool design that I just want to see her back.
Fair enough, fair enough, yeah.
Hmm. Okay, so
Also,
yeah.
Rayla, I loved her like character in this season.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Like those two, Rayla and Callum, still haven't officially gone back together, but you're working up towards that.
Yeah, things
But
take time.
yep, but I did love that little scene in the beginning, right, where yes, Rayla did steal the key from Callum, and she was outed for that, but Callum, he fully trusts her. She would never want to do anything that would directly harm him, and if she stole from him and didn't tell him, then it's likely she had a reason for that. I mean,
Yeah.
he he wants an answer, but only when Rayla is good and ready for that. Which,
Hmm.
yeah, fair enough. Hey, relationships are based on trust at the end of the day.
That
That's what
is
makes them
true.
work.
But no, yeah.
Um,
Like when she was trying
oh,
to figure out how to get her family back, from the coins. And when she
oh,
had to go down to that layer, that was a really interesting scene.
I know. Like, I can imagine in her mind, part of the reason why she doesn't want to tell Callum is she's trying to free the elves, specifically Runan, is because we gotta remember Runan, as far as the kingdom is aware, he's the one that killed the former king. You know?
Yeah, not Viren, even though we all know the truth.
Yeah. Well, I think based on the flashbacks we've seen, like the king has an arrow through his chest, and I guess that's how everybody saw as the death shot to him. I guess. You know.
Hmm. Yeah, but
So, oh, and
hopefully next
specific.
season.
Yep. Oh, yeah, and specifically, she doesn't want to bring this up to Callum because, again, the king was Callum's dad. So things could get a little awkward
Oh,
between.
speaking of dads,
Um,
can I bring up something that really shook me to my core?
go ahead.
It happens later on in the season where Erebos is talking to Viren at the end of the season,
Yeah.
and um, Erebos is like, "Oh yeah, you got to sacrifice one of your children," and he's like, "Don't worry, it's not gonna be your daughter or your son. It's gonna be your other child." And I was like, "Wait, don't tell me it's what I think it is." Luckily, it wasn't what I thought it was. It was the whatever
Was
the
your
hell the whatever the hell
was,
that bug fairy thing is.
was your thoughts on Callum being revealed to be the
Yeah,
son? Yes,
I'm
same
glad I'm not the only one who thought that. I
here.
was like, wait a minute.
Oh my god! Like, no. Here's the way I think it went down the storyboard. Right? They originally wanted Callum to have been revealed to have been Viren's long lost son because we never we don't know who the identity of Callum's father is. All we have to go on is that his father had to have been a mage because, his mother was a warrior. That's it.
Yeah.
And Callum and Viren, you do kind of see a similarity between those two facially, Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
just
they're
like
both,
aesthetics, it's
yeah, I
mostly,
mean,
but that doesn't really
they're
prove
both
anything
they're
after
both
one.
Caucasian. They're both Caucasian with brown hair, yeah, But
Yeah.
but I think what stopped the writers from wanting to go that route is because we can't forget in the beginning of this series, it seemed like they wanted Callum and Claudia to be the endgame ship, right down to right down to the point where they actually almost kissed.
hmm
So if they
They're
went
like,
with
no, let's
if
not
they
do
went with, yeah, if they went with the storyline of Viren being Callum's father, oh good lord, like
that.
shit.
Would have been a mess, bro. That
Yeah,
would have been a
yeah,
major mess.
yes, but they prevented a major mess with a slightly creepy mess. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah, I guess.
yeah, because
But no.
in case the audience wants clarification, like Viren, with a magic spell given to him by Erebos, he created like this, like a familiar. Like some wizards have like an animal sidekick or companion with them. Viren created one using his blood, and because of that, like it
It basically
created
had
like
a child.
it created like a little insect caterpillar that eventually grew into a humanoid butterfly monstrosity,
Yeah, that was
And
nuts.
yeah, and that's when by the end, like, Erebos, let it out. Like, yeah, the way Viren could get his full life back will be the sacrifice of his child. And, hey, this moth creature, he fits check boxes. I'm like, oh, yeah, yeah, Viren,
Yeah,
he's the child of you and me.
I
Oh
mean,
God,
yeah. I don't
I,
know. It was really
I
weird. But I
there
think
have,
at the by the end of the season, Viren is kind of content with the fact that he's gonna die again. I think he's like ready to
yeah,
go because
yeah,
remember that flashback, like not the flashback scene. It wasn't really a flashback. It was like going into his mind. That's that scene where he's like trying to
yeah,
stop Claudia and all this other stuff.
yeah, man. I mean, what a journey Viren has gone through. Because the way I see his character going, because like in the first couple of seasons, he was outright the bad guy. He was
Yeah,
basically the Loki of Dragon Prince, right? But as of right now, he's basically Prometheus who got burned by flames. In this case, it's dark magic. He's suffering the consequences, especially when comes to his dealings with Erebos.
I'm like,
And,
you fucked up, and now you got to pay for the consequences. I'm just saying.
like Viren could pay for the consequences. He's more than willing to do that. But what really frightens him is seeing that his daughter Claudia is taking the same path he's going through.
Yeah, I swear. Also going into the quote unquote villain squad, um, Terry, he's goaded. He's goaded.
I
He
I
doesn't need to
know.
be in all of this BS,
Yeah.
but he
This was
chose to be here because he loves Claudia.
I know. That was like really sweet, like especially when, Claudia's like she doesn't want to stop. She wants to keep going. So despite not sleeping, what does Terry do? He builds a
Makes a
boat.
boat.
Yay! That was like, oh man, I don't know how a person could not want to see these two as a, end game ship. But midway
Knowing how
into
the
this,
show's going,
yep,
I don't think Claudia's gonna survive for Endgame ship.
yeah, but true. But I had a different idea in mind. This was showing heavily how these two are a perfect match with each other, right up to the point where I'm starting to think, oh my god, are they going to refrigerate Terry?
No,
Oh god, shit.
they better not. I swear I'm a riot. Don't kill off my trans characters, please.
Oh my god. Well, I mean, after Claudia's dad dies, like who else does she have left that she has a positive connection with?
Yeah, because she can't go to her brother.
Hmm.
So all she has left is Terry.
Well, she could
I'm
go.
so scared for the next season. I'm
Yeah,
terrified. I'm
yeah.
nervous.
Something drastic is going to happen in next season. And
For
I know. Look, I know a lot of members of the fan base are kind of upset that we didn't see much of Erebos this season. But I would think it's like more quality than quantity with him for this season, because when he pops up by the end, oh man, he's devilish as always.
for real. Erebos is really cool. I actually,
Yeah.
fun fact, I
Oh.
actually have a print of him on my wall.
Mhm.
For anyone who was wondering, yeah, I have an Erebos print. I also have a
Gotcha.
Lotor from Voltron print too, but that's not important.
Now, here's a question for you, Witch. Do you
Yes.
think Arawalis is cool despite being revealed to be a cannibal?
Oh shit, he's a cannibal?
Yeah, because like towards the end, you remember where what was it? Let me look up that fire elf's name.
Oh yeah. Oh, I
Janai.
know what you're talking
Janai.
about. I know
Yeah,
where. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because
I now I
because
remember. I just needed that to be jogged in my memory.
yeah,
I
because
mean,
before for the audience clarification, the fire elves, their former ruler, who's their grandmother, right? She disappeared. Nobody knows whatever happened to her, right? Until it was revealed, they couldn't even find the body. But then it was revealed in here by Aravos that he ate her. He ate her.
yeah,
I'm like,
he's
oh
cool, but I have to deduct points from that.
God, that's just.
Well, no, here, let me fix that sentence. He's hot, but I am having to deduct points because he ate someone.
Yeah,
There we go.
that's
I feel like that makes a lot more sense in my
he's a show stealer, like damn.
Show stealer, yeah.
Yeah. Which is why I'm so excited for next season, because next season is going to be stars.
Oh yeah, you're
So
right. You're right. But no,
so
I'm actually that final fight between Squid, Claudia, and our trio was really cool. Like I was not
hey,
expecting Rayla to pull up. I thought Soren was gonna pull up and have to fight his sister.
I know, right? But
She
come
conquered
on,
her fear of water just for this.
yeah, like for her loved one, Callum. They're both in this together, which is the
All three
message
of them are
that.
in this together. You can't just like
Okay, yeah, Drew.
they're like a family. They're like a little family.
Yeah, they're about to be real close. They're about to be official family once, eventually Callum and Rayla tie the knot. So
When is that gonna happen, Dragon Prince crew? When is this gonna happen? Please let me know.
they have to save it for the end. It's like the same way they did Avatar, right? They waited until the finale for Aang and Katara to, officially ship. And in Legend of Korra, they waited to the end of season one for, Korra and Mako to, be a ship. And they waited for the finale for Korra and
And
Asami
it's
to be the end
Tommy.
game, ship. So, yeah. It sucks, but yeah, that's storytelling for you. They want you to have the drama of will they, won't they?
Yeah, and keep in mind the same people who made Dragon Prince also made Avatar and Korra. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you
yeah.
definitely do see elements of that in this series. I mean, for God's sakes, Finnegan, he casted a blood bending spell on Rayla. You notice
For
that?
real. No, it was an ice freezing spell.
Yes, but the aesthetics was very similar to blood bending. No, he even says it. Like the spell freezes the blood
Yeah.
specifically. So, wow, that was something.
hmm But no,
Oh,
it was a really good season. I feel like this is more of a build up season to the next season when we actually
yep,
have to deal with Erebos more.
yep.
But yeah,
Now
it was a very good. It was a very
these
good season.
past two seasons, we like them, but we need to love the next season.
I
That's
mean,
what
I
we
love the
said.
entire show. You know,
Yeah. Hmm.
I don't know why, but I feel like I just haven't rewatched the show in a hot sec. I don't know why, but the animation, I don't know. I don't know. Probably just me. I'm probably going crazy. But no,
Hmm.
can we talk about the scene where the crew has to go to the old kingdom of the Sunfire Elves? We talk
Oh
about that
yes,
scene.
yes. Go ahead.
Okay, so that scene was really good. So basically, Callum, his crew, and his aunt Amaya, and like one other person who is a star, not a star touch, a Sunfire elf. So they have to
Yep.
go to this old library, or like the booking or whatever the how they
Yep.
called it.
Yep.
I don't remember what they called
Library.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just gonna call it a library. There's like a whole nother term, but that's not important. So they have to go to this library to find information on how to kill a star touched elf, or like just defeat Erebos in general.
Yeah.
So they had to be wary of these like monsters, I guess you can say. So
Yes.
they do unfortunately get ambushed by some of them because someone wanted to read instead of leaving. But it's okay. Don't worry about it.
He was trying to find a way to save Rayla's parents and Newt Runan from the coins. You know.
Yeah, I know, but like, if you gotta go, you gotta go. Anyways, besides the point. So basically, when they get ambushed, the Dragon Queen, I forgot her name at the moment. I'm sorry, I'm awful with names. I haven't watched
Okay,
anime.
Dragon Queen. Yeah, let's
I
go
will
for
just call
that.
her that for right now, but you guys know what I'm talking about. So basically, when she's able to pull up, she gets bitten by one of these monsters and starts to get infected. Which,
Oh,
oh my god, that was nuts! And also the scene where Amaya basically says her first ever official line, I guess you could say, even though she has been like
yeah.
talking the entire show.
Hmm.
Which that was intense. Like you
Yeah.
gotta go when that happens.
Yeah. I was a little. Were you also on the edge of your seat thinking if Amaya was going to make it or not?
Yes,
I
yes,
was
I
like,
was. I was so
oh
nervous, but then I
no.
remembered the book slot thingy.
Oh yeah, yeah, true. That ended up saving the her and the other Sunfire out. Oh no, her sister. Yep.
The assistant, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
But oh my god, I was on the edge of my seat. Well, technically, I was on my bed, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. I mean,
I
there's
was
like
like, oh god, oh god, oh god,
you
and
really
then
just
like it's
want to
fine.
you really want to see that wedding with her and Janai, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, there was like so much good things that came out of that library. But one thing I noticed, right? Based on Callum's research, right, he found a way to free everybody from those coin prisons that the moon elves are in,
Mhm.
and it requires a quasar crystal.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you thought of it this way, a witch, but I think it will be cool. I hope that spell means you can use one quasar crystal to free all of them at once.
Or if it's
I
just one by one.
Yes, and they specifically stated that there are only three quasar crystals in the whole world.
Wasn't there
So,
something about a sword that also needed those, or am I just thinking of something else?
yeah, they mentioned like yeah, in the research, right? Kelm was also looking for any research to how to kill a star touched elf, and he did find a Nova sword. He says,
Sounds so cool.
yeah, but like the rules still haven't been stipulated yet. So apparently the Nova Sword is a separate thing, right? So you have this Nova Sword that could kill Sartre Shelf, and you have the three Quasar crystals, right?
Yeah.
I hope that's all we need, because otherwise maybe you will have to use one of the crystals to combine with the sword to kill Erebos, but at the sacrifice of the Quasar crystal.
True. And
So
honestly, we don't know if
that
like
would be that
if you
would be
can use it
cruel.
multiple times or not.
Yeah, that would be cruel, because if you could only free one person at a time per crystal, who do you choose if you only have two crystals left?
True. That's a hard decision, you know? Like if I was
Oh,
Rayla, I would be freaking the fuck out.
I know, oh man.
Maybe if Callum gets like so good at his arcana magic,
Hmm.
maybe he'll be able to do it without him.
Hopefully, but I feel like that
Because I'm not
storyline.
trusting Erebos with any deals, okay? I'm not trusting it.
Oh yeah, true. He's Mephisto of the Dragon Prince universe.
Yes, sir.
Hmm. She should get tested. Huh.
Oh yeah. The
Yeah.
Dragon Queen? Yeah. She had a whole like dream sequence where she got to talk to her husband, so that was cool.
Oh, that was nice. But I was just so worried she was going to die by the end, but thankfully she looks like she's getting healed up, you know?
Hopefully, hopefully.
Okay. Oh, speaking of hopefully, let's talk about a certain bratty little prince, Kareem. I
Oh,
I
him.
I hate this guy so
I'm like,
much.
you went through all of this trouble for what? Like,
If you know what, it feels like he wants to save his people, despite how many of his people he's killing. You know, I'm like, dude.
and the fact that he got an army at the end of the freaking season really pisses me off.
Not just an army. Keep in mind, like he's looking to get Sol Regum, the former Dragon Prince, on his side
The
too.
former Dragon King, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, can we both agree that Kareem is so not going to be invited to the wedding of his
No, oh
sister?
no, no.
But I
No,
think,
he's totally gonna get invited to the wedding. Oh
yeah,
my god.
I think storyline wise, here's what I'm predicting is going to happen. Right in the next season, the wedding commences between Janai and
Amaya.
Amaya, and that's when Kareem comes in with his army. Like,
Oh my
you,
god. It's
you
like,
did
bro,
you did this. You can't do this to me on my wedding night. Come
like,
on.
couldn't you wait till after the wedding?
Yeah. And he'll be like, "You banished me,
I'm like, yeah,
sister."
no
Yeah,
crap.
yeah, because you were a piece of crap that was trying to kick me out of my own throne. Yeah, where were you when our people got invaded by Aravos? Huh, Kareem? Come on. Like,
Yeah, where were you when Viren basically screwed us over?
yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, yo, I
Bruh,
want
this
by
guy
the.
is such a whiny little prick.
I know. Janai, if can make a recommendation, don't be afraid to crank out the belt of flames for your brother. You
Oh,
know?
get the fiery chancla. Get the fiery chanclas.
Yes, yes. Don't go easy on your brother. That's a
But he
mistake.
literally got a
Clearly, you're.
blood elf to kidnap her for the sun seed. And he
I
ended up
know.
getting it anyways. Not from her, but he still got it anyways, which really pisses me off.
Yeah, I just feel so sorry for Janai. Like she lost like her people lost everything. Uh, thanks to Viren and Erebos,
Like,
and she just keeps losing more things. Like
it's
they're.
like, come on, that incident should have brought you guys closer together, not this.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh my god, fuck damn it.
I
And the
still
one
don't
guy
give.
that was helping him that like defected like right after, I'm like, bruh.
Dude, I
Bruh.
just, I just don't see why Kareem has like this devoted audience.
I don't
Like,
even know, man.
like his selling point is like I want to keep the traditions of our people. Yeah,
Like
despite
you
how
can
many.
still keep the traditions, you just also gotta keep moving forward as well.
Exactly, I mean, you got to make the best out of a bad situation, and frankly, your people are in a bad situation as it is.
Kids are living in refugee camps.
Pretty much. Um,
Like, come on, man. You're just
hmm
making it harder for your own people
Yep,
by acting
exactly.
like this.
Mm,
You
quit
know, I'm
acting
gonna
like
say
a
this right here, right now. Dude, you're acting like a little bitch.
oh yeah,
Like,
exactly. He's a spoiled brat. He's a spoiled prince brat.
like Janai is doing everything in her ability to make it easier for her people and for the human refugees there too. And it's like you're just making it worse, man.
hmm
It's like you're lucky that she didn't kill you. She only banished you.
Oh yeah, that was the stipulations of the last match too. Like he openly tried fighting Janai for the throne, and it was supposed to be to the death. I mean, what did you want your sister to do? Kill you, dude? Come on.
It's like she expressed humanity in letting you live and only banishing you, and you're still acting like this,
hmm
bruh. Get go get some therapy, man. And that's coming from me, as someone who isn't getting therapy but needs it.
Gotcha, gotcha. But
Like,
yeah, let's
ugh.
see.
But
Who else haven't we touched? Oh, that little Kim, the
oh,
blood moon elf. Okay, I
oh
gotta
yeah,
say
Kim Dale. I think that's how you
yeah,
pronounce her name.
she has
She's
an
a
epic
very
des-
interesting addition.
yeah, she has a very epic design, I gotta say, but
I know.
God, she was
All of like me in middle school would have thrived with this character.
despite how many people she slaughtered, which, she
No,
pretty much slaughtered
keep
refugees.
in mind when I was in middle school, I was an emo gay, but I didn't know I
Yeah.
was the second half of that, you know. Because keep in mind, I like creepy pasta and all this other stuff. So if this show would have came out when I was in middle school and I saw this character, I would have lost my mind. But her design is really cool though. I will like,
Yeah.
and plus Cryptid, yeah, so what? She killed people. Like half of the cast did. So it's like she ain't special. She ain't special at all.
She's killing people who are down on their luck. Let's put it that way, which, you know?
Okay, but still.
Hmm,
Anyways,
yeah.
but no, she's a very interesting character, and the fact that she's like allianced with the Sun Elf
Kareem.
royalty
The
is
Kareem, yep.
yeah. Well, keep in mind, technically, she shouldn't have been following his orders anyways because he's not king.
Yeah, but he still has the bloodline in him?
Yeah, yeah. But no, she was a
Hmm.
very interesting character though.
Yeah, I liked her.
Maybe we'll see her again soon.
Oh, we're definitely going to see her again. I can see her working with Erebos. Wait, man, how are
No,
those
you
two
know what? I can
storylines?
see her working with Nyx. There we go.
That'll be cool. Oh, you want to see them ship, don't you? God.
Crack ship, crack ship. Just kidding. No, if it happens, it happens. But you know,
Yeah.
I to be honest, I don't really see her working with Erebos. I don't know. I just can't see it in my personal opinion.
I mean, Erebos will definitely let her go ham and just do whatever, kill as many people as she wants.
Yeah, but I think she's smart enough to know not to make deals with this guy.
Yeah. But
So
I would
that's
think,
just me personally.
like, you have to somehow find a way to combine Erebos with, the Sunfire Elves army right now because, hey, they're both villains. They're both
True.
being built up. Let's see, who haven't we touched upon? Ezrin.
Ezrin.
What?
I like how
What?
he was able to get all of the dragons to be like, hey, go look for
Let's see.
Claudia and her gang.
Oh,
And
that
one
was
was
cool.
almost successful, man.
He
But
was
no,
okay,
I
but
like Ezrin, but I do like the conversation he had with Soren, where it's like Soren's like, dude, you're a kid, just you can be a kid for a bit, and Ezrin's like, I can't. I have a duty to my kingdom, because he is king. He's King Ezrin. He had no choice when his father died, because he
yeah.
was second in line to the throne.
Hmm.
And to anyone who was wondering why Callum, who is the older brother, isn't heir, it's because he's the half sibling.
Yep.
So
Kellum is not the biological son of the king, but Ezrin is.
yeah, so that means Ezra takes precedent. But
Hmm.
no, I like how they did his character.
Hmm.
But I do also miss when he was able to be a kid, I guess you can say. But I do get it
Yeah.
because it does fit. It does have to go with his character. But
Yeah.
I do like how he is building a relationship between his kingdom and Zadia. You
Hmm.
know, so
Yep.
I mean, he was able to convince a whole bunch of dragons to go look for like four people.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying,
He
I
has
wouldn't
a
be able
conne-
to do that. So the fact that he's able to is baller.
he has that connection with animals after all. But if
Yeah.
there's one thing, if there's a nitpick I have to have with Ezrin this season, is when it was a noble cause. Like, he wanted to save
The
those
Glow
glow toads, those baby glow toads that Finnegrin has. But at the same time, I'm thinking, Ezrin, you want to steal a prize possession from the king of the pirates. right before you guys are going to be sending Cell in the sea.
Yeah, but keep in mind he is
Dude,
still just a child.
I know, but
His frontal lobe isn't fully developed yet.
I know, but still, that ended up biting them all in the butt, and unfortunately, that
Yeah,
led
but
to
that's plot progression. Plot
I know,
progression.
I
I
know,
just
but
hope next season he gets to do more cool things.
yeah, I don't know if I'm the only one who thought this, but you remember that other girl princess who's around the same age as Ezrin?
No.
You remember from the last seasons, like damn, what was her name? You know, she had two moms.
Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about now. She
Yeah,
was cool.
yeah,
Hope we get
yeah.
to
She
see
was
her
cool.
again.
Yeah, I kind of felt like she and Ezra they have the potential. Well, they haven't had much scenes together, but hey, they seem like a cute match.
Well, maybe when we actually see her again, maybe we could consider that. But for
Yeah,
right now, I'm not really considering that as an option.
gotcha. Okay, but let's see, what else haven't we delved into? Oh, the final act, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was creepy as fuck. Like, but I like that, Callum was able to use his magic to give everybody, the ability to breathe underwater, right? But
Yeah.
Claudia, all she has to rely on is specifically dark magic. And what is dark magic really? The sacrifice of magical creatures, which is why she had to use a squid
I know it's not
to
called a squid. I
make it.
just don't remember the actual name of it.
Yeah, it's a sea creature. It's a baby sea creature with
It's a sea
tentacles.
creature with tentacles. There we go.
Yeah.
But
So
she
she
looked
she had
creepy as all hell, bro. But that actually works with how her character is turning out.
yes, they went with an Ursula sort of aesthetic.
Kind of,
Um,
yeah. And then when freaking Rayla cut off one of the tentacles that happened to be one of her legs, oh
I
my
know.
goodness.
Things just went up a notch in the brutality factor because I just wanted Claudia to lose her magic. I didn't want her to lose a limb.
You
Like,
can lose
oh man,
both. I don't know what you want from me. But
God.
like that was crazy. Like especially when Terry was pulling her out of the water.
Hmm.
Bro, I was like, damn, bro, this is crazy.
Yeah. Oh, what's her leg gonna be like next? Because she's either gonna have to regrow her leg or it's gonna be some sort of other demonic entity thing.
It probably will be something with dark magic, or she'll
Yeah.
get a temporary one made by Terry.
Yeah.
I'm just
Probably.
saying, Terry, I know you love her. You could do so much better.
Yeah, dude, she's gonna drag you to hell with everybody.
Like,
We
come
don't
on,
we don't
bro,
want to
come on.
we don't want to see you in hell, man. Come on. Like,
Like, don't like Terry, come on, come to the light side for a little bit.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, but okay. Also, how did you feel about where Erebos was revealed to be hidden?
I liked it. I liked it. It was
Yeah,
creative. You know, it's better than having like an actual like prison type thing, like a building or something.
yeah.
Like I thought it was very creative that it was in a shell.
It was basically a pearl.
Yeah. And
Yeah, I guess.
when Tina was telling like the whole story about it, that was hilarious too.
Yeah. In case the audience needs to know, like the person who imprisoned Erebos, like she imprisoned him, but she didn't want to openly reveal to anybody where to find him, right? But she did decide to give clues to each of the dragons, you know.
But one
But
person found out the whole thing.
exactly, what was her name? I forgot
Tina.
that fish.
Well,
Mina.
Tina with a T. She had
Oh,
another name, but I can't remember off the top of my head.
gotcha. She was a fun, sarcastic old lady, basically.
Yippers. But like,
Mm,
yeah, she was funny. Hold on, I can actually look this up right now.
hmm. I liked her.
Okay, where is
I
she?
liked her for what for the amount we got her. Mm. But yeah, so
So, okay, yeah.
uh,
So we got Tidebound Tina. Um, it doesn't say what her other name is. Hold on. But like, no, she was really funny. She was
hmm,
really funny.
yep. like especially by the end where she told
Okay, Akio.
the crew. Yeah, she told everybody her story, and then she drank the potion, saying, "This is what I might do now that I revealed my story." And she
And then
pretended
she
to be
doesn't
dead.
actually die though.
That was funny.
Oh, she's
Oh yeah,
hilarious.
yeah. But alrighty. So now, what are we left with by the end? So the trio now have Erebos's prison, like which is basically a pearl.
Pearl. So I think they
Yeah.
might have to take it to the Dragon Queen, maybe.
Eesh, damn, what do you do with that at that point?
Like you have so much power in such a small thing. What do you do with it?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you
I know
can't
we're gonna
exactly.
get that. I know we're gonna get more information in the next season, but it's
The
like
only
we can only speculate at the moment.
the only things. Okay, this is here what we have to look out for because Claudia is openly so going to go after that to free Aravos.
Even though
That's not
basically
something.
Viren just does not care anymore. Like I want to die.
Yeah. Wait. So I'm a little confused by Viren's fate at the end because it seemed like by the end he accepted his fate, right? But we didn't see him die though. I'm just thinking to
No,
myself,
no.
it,
So basically, Erebos said, by the time that the sun comes up, you won't be alive anymore.
yeah, I
So
feel,
he just
but
went
like,
to sleep, content with his life.
but wouldn't this be where a season finale should end with like Viren dead? Because I can't imagine like the opening of the next season being like, okay, now Viren's officially dead. Like, okay, then why didn't you just have that be the last punch in
Because there's
season
so many
5?
other things that we need to be worrying about, that
Mm-hmm.
Viren being content with his life and wanting to actually like die again.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's like a good way to end his story, and it can
Mm-hmm.
give Claudia a reason to go more down her path of villainy, if that makes sense.
Now here's the question: do you think she's going to try doing that 1 month spell again?
Probably, but my theory is it actually won't work
Mm-hmm.
again, and she's gonna be even more pissed off, and she's definitely gonna go after our heroes, and it's not gonna end well for her. I can already see that happening. It's not gonna end well for her at all.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Oh, we have to really work for that happy ending at the end of the day.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Hmm.
we actually are able to do this because Dragon Prince is still going strong.
Yeah, 2 more seasons at least. 2 more seasons.
At least to our current knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very
Oh,
excited.
yay. Let's see. Anything else in this season that we haven't delved into?
I can't remember off the top of my head, but
Seeing,
oh, that one
seeing.
scene, the one
Go
scene at
ahead.
the beginning where it's Rayla talking to the coins, basically saying that she's going to like get them out and everything like that. It's like her life's her soul's mission or whatever. And then
Yeah.
Callum comes in and is like, "Who are you talking to?" She's like, "Oh, bait." And it's like, okay.
Aw, such a
Also,
nice
the
couple.
when they were going on their little trip and they saw the inn, that scene was
Uh-huh.
hilarious. Like that scene.
Yay.
You're like, oh
Beds
yeah,
with
the inn has
men.
this, and this, and then like the next scene is like they leave the inn, and Raylo was like, yeah, you're right. I really like the little mint on the pillow.
That was nice. Oh, and it was also pretty badass seeing her, wield Ronan's bow sword.
Whoa, yeah, that was so cool.
Yeah.
I was like, yay.
The whole kingdom's like, this is the weapon that killed the king. I'm like, oh man. Do, do you think Runan's gonna be welcomed back and is gonna be welcomed to the kingdom after he comes back?
Probably only because Ezrin is ruling, and I believe Ezrin is here for second chances. But another thing about Runan, you know how like when he left on his mission, he had like the little lotus flower, and it was only sunken halfway when it was in
Dude,
the water.
is that still there?
It's still in the middle of the water, and no one
Like
decided to check.
okay, like it wasn't just his flower that was in the petal, like in that water. I mean, there were dozens of
I
other
know, but
metal petals.
those sunk to the
Yeah, but
bottom of the
yeah,
thing of water.
Yeah, but I would think,
Goku was halfway because he
yeah,
stuck.
but yeah, but I would think like at some point the other moon elves would be like, yeah, we have to start fishing those guys back up for for future uses. And like,
Yeah,
um, really,
but
nobody ever thought to
honestly,
think.
but I swear, if they have not taken it out of the water, when he gets out of the coin, I think it's gonna float back up. That's my personal
Mhm.
theory, and people are gonna be like, "Oh my god, who's alive?" And when they find out that it's Runan, maybe they will allow Rayla to come back.
Oh man, I keep forgetting that she's still banished from her own people. I'm like, damn. Well, that's storytelling for you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but no, I'm really excited for the next season.
yeah. That better be the season where we both love it, not just like it. Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm. Yeah. You want to give a closing statement because I think we already touched on everything there is for this season.
yeah, gay people will win. Gay
don't
people will win in the end.
don't refrigerate Terry
Please don't.
and
Let
let
me have some.
Rayla and Kellum be the end ship. Yeah.
Yup.
All right.
I think Rayla and Callum are gonna be endgame ship. Definitely.
Yay. Oh boy. But yeah, you want to plug in our socials, which?
Yeah, I would love to. So, first of all, subscribe to the channel because I think that's like the best way to keep up with us. You can follow the Twitter at Comic Fanatic 69. Sometimes we post things that are original and not just retweet interesting articles. Um, you can follow the Instagram at Comic Fanatic 2.0. I just posted some art on there for the past couple days. If you want to follow me, you can follow me on Twitter at Witch of Jotun, all one word with an E instead of a U. And you can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at witch_of_Jotunheim.
Mm-hmm. And there you have it, audience. That
And
is
don't
our
try to find
review.
Cryptid, he will fight you.
And that is it, audience. Please leave your thoughts on what you thought of this season of Dragon Prince down below. And with that, we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.